This morning's session is going to be a pyramid 26. So we'll start off with our normal warm-up, so our 3 minutes at half pressure, our 2 minutes at 3/4 pressure, our 1 minute at full pressure. And full pressure we'll try and get up to, we'll try and replicate the ratings through the warm-up. And then when we get to the piece itself, it's 3 minutes at 22, 2 minutes at 24, 1 minute at 26, 2 minutes at 24, 3 minutes at 22. So I think that's 22 of us on there now. It's skipped over to 7:30, so we'll get started. I'm going to do the warm up with feet out this morning, and the reason that I do that is because I'm working on keeping the pressure on my foot plate all the way through the stroke. So join me with feet out if you want to, or keep them in. We will stop before the work to put the feet in so that I don't fly off the end of the erg. Right, sitting up then, nice and tall, pressure on the feet through the foot plate, and then we're just going to do our arms only paddling. Just choose my display. We're just sitting back at that 11 o'clock position. And then even in the warm-up, we're going to be keeping the weight through the toes, through the handle, all the way through that arms only. Then we're going to move up to body swing. So, next one, go. So arms and then body. Real clear distinction between the arms and body. Just letting the arms float round and then moving the body over. All the time we're looking for that pressure through the hands and through the feet. Be the same all the way through the stroke. It's quarter slide. This one. Go, so hands, body, quarter slide. So we're just going to break the knees. About keeping the upper body nice and relaxed. The catch, so that we're using the legs to initiate the stroke. I'm going to move to half slide. Next one. Go, the hands, body, half slide. Making sure even this morning, as we're warming up, we are just doing hands and then body before you slide. So getting that sequencing right, back end of the stroke. We're going to move up to the 3/4 slide. Next stroke. Go, arms, body, 3/4 slide. The shoulders nice and loose and relaxed. And it's just acting as a hook. And move up to full slide. Stroke, go, hands, body, full slide. Start the half pressure. 3, 2, in 1, half pressure, rate 20, go. Those of you with feet out, thinking about pressing the feet into the foot plate, all the way through to the end of the stroke. 18, so I'm just going to lift slightly, 20, There we go, rate 20. Half pressure. Feet out, really hear that flywheel accelerating as you push the feet into the foot plate in the middle of the stroke. Still working on that hand, body, and then slide. Come on. That's 2 minutes down. We're coming out to our first change up to 3/4 pressure. We're going to go to rate 22 for that. Next stroke. Change 3/4 pressure just by lifting the rate. 22. By making one bit quicker. It's pushing those feet. Accelerating middle of the stroke. Go up through the rates, and just keep that point in contact with the foot plate. Just over a minute gone. Okay, when we go to the firm pressure, we're going to do that at rate 24. Again, we can get that rate by just moving everything just that bit quicker. Next one. Go. Pushing through the heels, springing, push to get acceleration. Okay, last stroke. Wind down. Okay, have a stretch. I'm just going to open some blinds. Open the door. There we go. Okay, so last week we did a Castle 24 and we were working on the transition, so the steps up and the steps down in rate. And we were doing that by doing 2 draw strokes, which are essentially 2 big leg strokes, and then spinning the hands off the turn to get the rate up. And then to bring the rates down, we're going to do those 2 draw strokes, so there's 2 big strokes of the legs, and then hold the knees. So by hold the knees, I mean just sitting at back stops and letting the handle come through. That was a very rowing finish, by the way. You can be a bit more in and out on the egg. So just holding the knees to bring that rate down. And what we're looking for is you will see steps up and steps down with the rate. You're looking for the other side of the pyramid, so the side coming down when the rate's going 26, 24, 22 to match or even be slightly better than the pyramid going up, so the 22, 24, 26. It's an 11-minute pyramid, so set your Ergos if you want to record the workout. I'm just going to go from just row and I will call the changes for you. Right, are we all back on? I'm going to put my feet in for this. I don't know about you guys, but that rate 24 with feet out was a challenge. So that probably tells me that I need to do more of that. Right, handles up, ready to go. Right, let's go. Go. So starting off, rate 22 strokes. Let's see, find my rhythm. Okay, there I am, 22. Again, now with my feet in, still thinking about keeping that contact with the foot plate all the way through the stroke. Going is all about setting up nice rhythm, doing with that rhythm. Down. Nice rhythm right now. Tapping it along at half pressure, 22. That's sitting up. Doing that on the top position of a swing forward. Body levels. Doing that arms body slide. Down the finish. That nice rhythm. Work continue. Nice and great power. Coming up to our first change. Chin up. Ready, those pubic legs. Go. Legs. Legs. Spin. Okay, that's it. 24. Next 2 minutes. Finding a new rhythm. That was a jump for 4 seconds on the splits for me. I undertook the 26 slightly. With a minute, 5 legs. Nice and awake. Now, within those 5 legs, sitting up, using that rhythm, take us through. It's 45 seconds and change. Okay, let's gear up into this change. Okay, get ready. Sit up. 2 big leg strokes. Go. Legs. Legs spin. There we go, 26. Push off each other for 30 seconds. Push together. Okay, get ready to come down. 24. 2 big legs now. Ready? Go. Legs. Legs, hold the knees. There we go, 24. I was thinking about then. Back with the legs, up on the shoulders. I'm totally connected. This point in the stroke. Let's see those 5 legs. Breathe a minute. Put it together. Go. Holding now. New rhythm at 24. Even pressure. Handle. Okay. We up to our last piece of 3 minutes. 22. This one, raw, big legs, hold. There we go, 22. Finish this off together now. Let's have those big legs again. 8 minutes. We can do 5 of them. Sorry, through 9 minutes. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and hold. So, get that air in. Here we're coming up to our last minute. And we're going to do 10 legs. Go. 1. Bit of 22 though. 5. 10. Okay, now we're going to take it home for the last 10 at rate 22. Everything you've got for this 10. 5. 10. Well done, everybody. Good session. Just do a little bit of warming down. Got about 5 or so minutes before stretching. Right. Just going to turn my sound off for a second, only so you don't hear lots of heavy breathing, but also so you don't hear the clang of my erg as I split it.
Lucy, I've got a question. Hi.
I was just saying hello, that sounds like Kate.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
So recently, my erg handle has started to feel heavy, and I just thought I'm unfit, but I can't be that unfit. Could it be better technique? I'm not pulling with my arms. I'm using my arms as a link, and therefore I'm feeling the weight. Whereas when I used to bring my shoulders in perhaps too soon, they were sharing the weight with my legs. Now it feels heavy in my arms, but I don't feel I'm that, it's so dramatic. I don't think I'm that much less fit than I was before Christmas. Could it be technique?
Undoubtedly. Whereabouts in your arms are you feeling it?
Just the weight as I push back my legs. Even though I've checked the damper and it's going to fix, it was only a year old, it'll be serviced soon.
Yeah.
Still, I do it on the monitor. It just, the weight as I push back, my arms I'm using as a link, it just feels heavy. And I never used to notice it feeling heavy. And not just a first stroke either, generally.
It could be that you're picking it up earlier, which is what you're talking about. Mm-hmm. The other thing I'd watch, just seeing you do that bit there. Mm-hmm. Although you're picking it up with nice straight arms, which is excellent, you're kind of moving back with your shoulders like that. So it might be that you're snatching at it a little bit.
Right. Okay. And then just catching it. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're catching it, but you're snatching slightly with the shoulders, mm-hmm. rather than taking it with your. Moved on my screen, rather than taking it with your legs.
So that will make it feel a bit heavier than
it will, yeah, because you should be feeling the weight kind of. You'll probably feel something across the back of your shoulders, and in your low, some part of your back. Mm-hmm. Generally speaking, we want it to be in the low back, but
yeah.
So
okay, I'm trying to bring my shoulders. I'm trying to relax my shoulders and bring them even further forward than I used to.
Yeah,
and probably just use as links. And it's the let's go for practice.
Probably. What I don't know because I haven't seen you rowing, Kate. But what can happen is if you go for that extra lean at the front, nice t-shirt, Francis. If you go for that nice that bit of extra lean at the front, you can dip down like that to get it, and then the only thing that you can do to sit up is sit up, and you'll end up opening up before you drive your legs. So what I would say is try and just staying at that 11. Don't go for the extra lean. Don't worry about that. You're actually better compressing more and sitting up.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Right. How are we doing for time? 4 more minutes. So what I was interested in, so we were trying that draw, spin and the draw, hold. And I just wondered how that was for people. Well, it was helpful.
Yes, but I still waver a bit. I get it spot on, think I've got it, then it does that.
Yeah.
So I'm getting there. It's easier coming down than going up for some reason.
Well, that is very good, Jenny, because most people find it easier the other way. So that
I go
really
way
good.
too high other way, and then I have to take it down slower.
Yeah. Now, I would say, and probably Gwyn would say the same on this, but that's a good way to do it. It's okay to take it up a little bit too high and then bring it down when you're taking the rating up. That's not a bad thing. But it's very good. It's really good that you can get that. You can have that control on the way back down. That's really good.
No, I think I'm naturally slower.
Right. My shoes are now off, so that means I'm getting serious. I'm just going to get my mat out. Does anybody else do the same? Think, oh, I'm going to take it nice and light today, and then just end up competing with themselves. And yeah, Kate's putting her thumbs up there. She feels my pain. Okay, so we've clicked over to 8 o'clock, so we'll start doing some stretching. We're doing the same as we've been doing for the last few weeks, where we've shifted the focus slightly from glute max to glute med, and that's because, particularly for those of us who do on the water rowing and quite a bit of other training, we tend to do everything in a straight line. So we row backwards and forwards, and then when we don't row, get on the ergo, backwards and forwards, we run backwards and forwards, and we cycle backwards and forwards. What we're not doing is we're not using these muscles here, the glute medius. And so the glute medius get gradually weaker as glute max gets stronger. So that's the reason why we're doing the glute med work, and that's to give us some nice stability around the hips. And I have a little theory that if we've got nice stability around the hips by our glute med, it means we can use all of our glute max power, which is at the end of the day what we want to do on the erg and in the boat. So we're going to start as normal, flat on our backs. A couple of minutes to take our breath. We'll catch our breath. So in this position, just checking that you're evenly weighted right side to left side, and that you've got equal weight through your heels, your bum and your shoulders. And then when you come to these shoulders, just squeeze your shoulder blades together and just squash your chin down. What I want you to do at this second is just to really push the back of your head into the mat, and just for this exercise, and that's to see if you can give yourself a nice stretch on your neck. So you might need to squeeze your shoulder blades together and then push down. Really give yourself a nice double chin, and then relax, but keep your chin squashed down. And then we're going to start doing a bit of breathing. So take a nice deep breath in and feel your chest lift up. And then as you breathe out, just flatten your back off into the mat and imagine yourself able to sink through the floor, so that the floor takes all of your weight. This is where we just give ourselves permission at the start of the week to relax and have a good stretch. And take that left knee to the chest. Just going into a stretch, not into any pain. This is about working with our bodies rather than against it. So take a nice deep breath in, feel that chest lift up. And then as you breathe out, just flattening the back off into the mat and allowing that knee to come to your chest. Then stretch your right arm out to the side, reaching out through the right middle finger. And then we're going to do your version of happy baby on the left. So that can be reaching behind the thigh, mid calf or mid shin, or if you can manage it, the outside of your left foot. Now you're going to have to work with that right side, so that right leg and the right arm, to keep yourself nice and stable. And then take a nice deep breath in. Our chest is going to lift up. And then as you breathe out, just allowing that knee to come further towards the mat. And let go and re-grab the hold the left knee to the chest. A couple of deep breaths here. Again, just allowing the knee to come to you. Then bend the right knee and plant the right foot on the floor. You're going to feel the earth with all four corners of the foot, and just push down on the ground enough to feel the ground resisting you. Grounding that right foot, and then cross the right ankle over the top, left ankle over the top of the right knee, and then reach behind the back of the right thigh and draw the right thigh towards you for our glute stretch. If that's feeling good, you can straighten that right leg. So again, nice deep breath in and hold. And then as you breathe out, you're going to breathe into that left glute. I'm just going to do my usual checks. So I'm just checking that the right knee is pointing straight up at the ceiling, that my shoulder blades are squeezed together and my chin squashed down. And then to see if I can get my left glute to give a little bite. Taking deep breaths in and just breathing out into that left hip. Then plant the right foot on the floor. Reach both hands out to the side and push out through the middle to the fingers while squeezing the shoulder blades together to create some tension across your chest. And then just let that right leg fall out to the side for the best hip stretch ever invented. So nice deep breath in, hold for 2, and then as you breathe out, long breath out from the left shoulder, down the side, into the hip, along the thigh, and out through the knee. Just really sinking into this stretch. Then unwind, and you're going to plant both feet on the floor because we're going to move into the first of our 2 glute bridges. So bring the heels as close to your bum as you can. We're going to do it as normal. We're going to do our 3 pelvic tilts. 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to push up into glute bridge. Just take your thumbs, problem with your bum, make sure those glutes are nice and active. Should be nice and high on your shoulders, and we're going to hold there for 10. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bum to the floor, knees to the chest. And then free physio for everybody here, so a bit of rock and roll from side to side or small circles with the knees, just to massage that that lumbar spine or the low back. Great doing this on a foam roller as well. Then just hold that right knee and just straighten the left leg. We're going to move on to stretching the right side. So again, just checking your shoulder position, squeeze that chin down, and then nice deep breath in to feel that chest lift up. And then as you breathe out, just flattening the back off into the mat and just allowing that knee to come to you. So it's about allowing the stretch to come to you. Then reach that left arm out to the side, pushing out through the middle finger. We're just going to tighten up all the muscles on the left leg, and then your version of happy baby on the right. I'm going to go for the outside of my right foot. And keeping that left side active to provide the stability. Take a nice deep breath in. Chest will lift up, and then as you breathe out, just allowing that knee to come down beside the chest. And relax and bring the knee back to the chest. A couple of breaths here. Just enjoying the passive stretch. And bend the left knee and plant the left foot on the floor. Again, feeling the earth with all four corners of the foot. And just pressing down enough to resist the ground coming back at you. And then cross the right ankle over the top of the left knee. And then we'll go into our quad stretch. Some of you are already there. You're way ahead of me. And just drawing that left thigh towards you. And again, I'm just checking my positioning because I tend to roll in. So left knee is pointing straight up at the ceiling. Shoulder blades are squeezed. And then deep breath in. And then as you breathe out, just getting that right glute to relax. Reground that left foot. Push both arms out to the side. Create that tension across the chest. And then we're going to roll out to the left side. And again, you should be feeling a stretch all the way down the right side of your body. So taking that nice deep breath in and then breathing out all the way down the right side. Trying to get a wave of relaxation to follow that breath. If you can, let go on that right side. This is my go-to stretch if I've got 2 minutes and I desperately need to do something. Then unwind and plant both feet on the mat. For the second of our 2 glute bridges, so bring those heels as close to your bum as you can. We're going to do our 3 pelvic tilts. 1, 2, 3, then driving up into glute bridge. Just check your knees are in line with your shoulders. See how hard you can push through your heels to bring your bum up. And we're going to hold there for 10, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bum to the floor, knees to the chest. And then the second bit of our free physio, so a bit of rolling around on the floor. So I do a combination of small circles and rocking from side to side. If I find a little bit that's a bit niggly, I'll probably concentrate on that a bit more. Then we're going to move into the first of our glute med exercises. So move your hips to 90 degrees, your knees to 90 degrees, arms out to the side, and then we're going to roll from side to side. So with me, we're going to do 5 of these. Here to the left, so that's 1, 1 to the right, 2, and we're really thinking about initiating this movement with the outside of our hips. 3, 4, and one final time, 5. Then we're going to bring the knees to the chest, reach for the outside of our feet, and we're going to move into happy baby, or your version of. So 3 deep breaths here. And this, as you breathe out, just flatten that back off into the mat. That'll deepen the stretch. It should allow you to bring the knees closer beside the chest. Let go of the outside of your feet, cross your ankles, re-grab the outside of your feet, and then we're going to rock and roll up into a sitting position. I'm just going to sit back a little. Right. So along the theme of us being all linear in our rowing, cycling and running, we're just going to do some spinal twisting. So take your left hand, bring it to your right knee. The right hand is going to go behind the right glute. And then we're going to sit up nice and tall and look back over the right shoulder. So as you breathe in, stretch up. And as you breathe out, just use that pressure of the left hand against the knee to take yourself around and look further over your shoulder. And then coming back to the center, I'm going to go the other way. So right hand to left knee, left hand behind the right glute. And then we're going to stretch up and look over the shoulder. So nice deep breath in, draw up. And then as you breathe out, a little bit more pressure with the right hand and look over the left shoulder. And then come back to the center. I'm going to stretch out those legs. Just set up before we go. So we're just going to draw those hips back, so that we can hinge from the hips. And then the sole of the right foot is going to come to the inside of the left thigh, reaching up. So really stretching up through the low back. Drop the arms so that they're level with the mat. And then hinge forward from the hips and drop the hands. So nice deep breath in, feel yourself lifting up. And then as you breathe out, just hinging forward from the hips. Just looking at the screen just to check that I've got an actual bit of movement there. And then relax. Both the legs out front, and then we're going to swap over. So the sole of the left foot is going to come to the inside of the right thigh. You're going to reach up in the air, so really stretching up. Arms level with the mats, and then drop them to the leg. You were all so still in that first one. I had to check to make sure that the screen wasn't frozen. Somebody twitched a bit and it was fine. So again, deep breath in, feeling that chest lift up. And as you breathe out, really hinging forward from the hips. And you should feel that on the back of your hamstrings. And then recross your legs. And then we're going to go over into downward dog. So whichever is your bottom leg, that arm's going to go up in the air. It's going to reach back behind the opposite glute. The other arm is going to come up in the air, and then you're just going to turn around, and that should bring you into downward dog. Nice spins there. Excellent. Now from here, we're going to go back into beast. So your knees should be hovering. Got some nice beasts going on there. And we're going to rocket launch forward into a high plank, because we're going to move on to the second of our glute med exercises, which are hip dips. So you want to come into a side plank. Now, if that's too much, drop that bottom knee. And then we're going to just let the hips go down and come up. So if you followed me, that's 1, 2, we're doing 5 of these, 3, nice hip dips going on there, 4 and 5, and then turn over the other way. Shuffle around the feet, right, and then we're going to do one to the other side. What we're trying to do is make sure that the hips are dipping rather than the shoulders. 3, 4, 5, and then we're going to go back on over into plank. I'm going to move into downward dog, and then just pedal the feet so that we give the calves a good stretch out. Then the right leg is going to go up in the air, Just go swing forward to the outside of the right hand. And then we've got 3 choices for our hip opener. You can stay in this position, you can drop the back knee, and then if you're feeling particularly flexible, you can come down onto your elbows. And that should give you a nice hip opening on the right, and you should feel a stretch across the front of your left thigh, hip. And again, this is about sinking into the stretch. And come up onto your elbows. And then we're going to step back into downward dog. We're going to give those calves another good stretch. And then the left leg goes up in the air, swings forward, plants on the outside of the left hand, and then you've got your same 3 options. So drop the knee, won't be in dairy today, or go down on your elbows. I'll take a nice couple of deep breaths here. Stretch out those hips. Okay, then step back into downward dog. And again, just give those calves a good stretch. And then walk the hands back up, and we'll come into standing for our air traffic controllers, which is the last of our glute lead exercises. So arms up in the air. We're going to drop the left arm down so it's parallel with the floor, and then the aim of it will be to keep this right side nice and straight and in a straight line, and then you're just going to slowly move the leg out to the side for 5. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5. Then swap over and try the same on the other side. 1, 2, keep those glutes nice and tight on the left. 3, 4, 5. Well done, everybody. Good session.